Hello, welcome to another modern stream. This weekend is gonna be the showcases for modern and pioneer happening this weekend. Pioneer, I don't care, but modern, I do care. So this week, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to be every day. I'm gonna be trying the different decks that I'm potentially going to be playing in this event, and of course, like one of those is Amulet, and this is the list that I am looking at that I think it's pretty interesting and is potentially what I will be running. So this is just Con Amulet. We're playing, the usual suspect. We have Primetime, we have Asusas, we have Dryad, and the interesting thing here is number one, I'm playing 3 Asusas. I've been really liking having access to Asusa. I've always been I've always been a fan, okay? Like, let's get that part out of the way. I've always been a fan of Asusa. I always think that it's a fantastic card. I think it's the best ramp spell that we have access to. And now that we want to, make sure that we, getting to Titan is more important than ever. And trying to do that as fast as possible is important. And more importantly, Asusa pairs up really well with Amulet of Vigor, in case you didn't know. And now with the virtual 8 copies that we have of Amulet, Asusa is kind of like the best that she's ever been. So having access to the 3rd copy, like I feel like most people right now are running 3 copies of Asusa. And it makes a lot of sense to me because I think that the card is just that messed up. I'm still keeping the singleton copy of Explorer. This could be, I know Punt has been running like the 4th copy of Karn in the main deck, which is definitely another option, but I've been experiencing that you just need to be doing stuff in the early game. Like, I don't think the threat density is very often the problem anymore, because usually now more than ever, unless you're playing against specifically blue-white or the full color control decks, your first threat is the one that gets the job done against Hammer, against like all of that stuff. Usually you don't need multiple threats, you just need to stick the first one before you get run over. And that being the case, I want to make sure that I can, get those bad boys out as quickly as possible. So I'm playing 1 copy of Explorer and 3 copies of Asusa. As far as the mana base goes, we're respecting control with 2 Cavernous Souls, a 3rd copy in the sideboard, and as I was saying, it's important to get a Titan out there quickly, so I am playing 2 copies of Castle Brick as well. Besides that, the rest of the deck is, what we have come to expect and know and love. As long as the Monkey remains as one of the top cards in the format, I think that, Grazer is just what it's going to be. I can't really see myself playing Stacy anymore, at least until things change dramatically and we don't have to worry about turn 1 Ragavan being a problem. The sideboard includes Bojuki Bog, Tormod's Crypt. Of course, we have access to our Karn package, and we even have a copy of another Karn in the sideboard for the matchups where Karn is very good. This means Hammer Time. This means, like the blue-white decks, stuff like that. So yeah, we have a Karn package with Tormod's Crypt, Liquid Metal Coating, Wormcoil Engine, a couple of copies of Engineered Explosives, and a Walking Ballista. Then we also have access to a couple of copies of Dismember, which are not... These are like the flex slots in my opinion right now. These are the 2 cards that I'm considering moving around. But everything else I kind of really like. The 1 copy of Endurance, the 1 Outland Liberator has proven to be very good, particularly because Torpor Orb remains a played card in the format because of the Yorion for color piles. So I really like this list. I think that it's a very solid place to start. And I'm going to be looking at a couple of different potential things, right? Like, the Dismember, the stuff like that. So if you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And we will start with deck number 1 in this testing showcase right now. Okay, so we're playing against the Yorion deck in this very first round. Can I keep this hand? Probably not. We can do better than this, I think. Yeah, I guess this is better. And I guess I'm gonna have to bottom one of these Titans, which, yuck. Let's go with turn 1 castle. It shows my opponent better what we're doing than if we go Valakut. Maybe they will put us on Scapeshift instead of Amulet. Now they know that we're on Amulet. But I think it's fine. Like if I draw a Gracer, I would like to play it and make sure that I can, or even an Explorer. Now, do I want to expose the Valakut to something like Field of Ruin? I probably have to. Hey Fran, at top 8 decided the challenge with Amulet. Was curious if you saw the list and what you think of the white cyber cards. Oh, I didn't see that. Scapeshift in this economy. Yeah, every now and then people are playing BTL. Like it's still top 8s every now and then. Well, there's the field. Oh, come on. Are you really playing the All-In Arbiter in 2021, opponent? What the hell? What is this nonsense? Cat Jesus? Really? In this day and age? I thought we had all collectively agreed that this card was unplayable. This is the Saturday one. Oh, they have two, of course, of course. So I guess I just concede, right? I guess I don't have to concede. Because they, like, this is effectively just a bad Ghost Quarter because it costs them 2 mana because they aren't searching either. I think I'm gonna go for Valakut. There's no way I'm about to get Mana Tide, right? Sure. This doesn't matter because Dryad fixes my mana anyway, so... let's go with the Valakut, which is going to incentivize my opponent to just spend their turn using the field, which is kind of what I want. There's no way I win this game, right? Is Cat Jesus really that bad? That oh, okay, there we go. So yeah, no, I'm not winning this game. There we go. I am indeed not winning this game. Back in Amulet. Yeah, I'm never off Amulet. It's extremely rare for me to be off Amulet. Extremely, extremely rare. So I'm taking 6, then I'm taking another 6. They pitch a Stoneforge. Of course they pitch a Stoneforge because they're Leonin Arbiter blanks. You love to see it. Combo deck. Come on, man. Just come on. Okay? Alex Bayerdorfer. I literally just uploaded the video to YouTube, so all my matches are there. So you can check it out. You can find the deck list there. Everything. So I guess if we find Asusa, we can put my opponent in a very awkward spot, which is neat. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Bounce. They go squatter here. I still have 3 mana. So we're gonna do this. I mean, I'm just dead on board though, unfortunately, because I take 6 here, and then the arbiter just stops me from searching. So I die in the air. Okay. This matchup is good for us though. Let's go with Liberator, Dismembers and Endurance, and 1 copy of Engineered Explosives. I do like this. I shave on packs. Suicide is great. Probably want extra Karn, particularly on the play. Explosives, prime time, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is fine. Oops, 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 oops. Well, whatever, never mind. Doesn't matter. Obviously, should have played the Amulet IF6 for no reason. So now we win. Sweet. I guess they could have Solitude. So maybe technically we have to play around Solitude. Boo. Just gonna go for liquid metal coating here. We could go for Primeval Titan, but then like they already have the field. This is just the safer line. Gonna upkeep, get their white source. If they play a 2-drop, we just explosives it. Or we just start going after their mana. We can also just Karn for Walking Ballista. Thalia. Cute. Flow the mana. You got me. Have you seen the push? It seems to ban companions entirely. What? I know what you're talking about, Jeff. So I could go for Titan here. There's just no reason for me to. I could play another Karn. A minus for a Ballista. The problem is if my opponent's Skyclave Apparitions my Karn, we're in trouble. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to explosives for 2. And pass the turn. Like I just want the blocker to protect Karn. Mr. Surrey, thank you so much for the 16-year resubscription. So many years. Thank you for that. People are saying they want the companion mechanic gone as a whole rather than specific ones. Oh. Well, that's kind of pointless, right? Like that stuff just does not matter. So I can't go after the Field of Ruin because my opponent activates it in response and blows up my Radiant Fountain. So that's no good. Oh yeah. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, you got me. Opponent is down to 2 cards in hand. Here I'm not gonna protect the Karn. I'm just gonna let the Karn die. And again, I'm not going for Primeval Titan. I mean, I couldn't have there, but I'm not going for Prime Time because I can... Like, I don't want to get got by a Solitude, right? So here I can blow up explosives, kills the Thalia, kills my liquid metal coating. That seems fine. Means I can't keep doing the mana denial thing, but at this point it just doesn't matter because like I'm gonna crack this Karn for a Ballista. Or if they tap out, then I know that I don't have to worry about anything anymore. So, -2 for Walking Ballista. Play this Ballista. And if they ever go below 2 cards in hand, I just Titan them and kill them, right? Which is what Karn does always, right? The whole point of Karn is that you're playing something that's a diversion. Your opponent is going to do stuff in order to prevent you to do Karn things. And then you just get him. Maybe here I should have gone for it. Yeah, maybe this one maybe was a mistake. That one was maybe a mistake. Let's go for the worm. Swing ballista. Yeah, I kind of feel like I should have done that differently. That was the turn to go for Titan because it doesn't really punish me, right? I can't die to my own pact. It's just safe to do it, even though I may get solituded, but they had this solitude all along. They had this solitude all along. Now I feel smart. Now I get to feel very smart. Now I guess I could have killed the solitude here, huh? Yeah, killing the solitude was better. Yeah, killing the solitude would have been a lot better there. I mean, it doesn't matter. This is just lethal now. Should have to flame me for putting a card in my sideboard. Why? What's the problem with putting a card in my sideboard? Card's great. So, Summoner's Pact. They could technically have another Solitude in hand, and we know the other card is Yorion. Six, seven, eight. So we don't have enough mana. I think I'm going for it though. So they can Solitude me here, which would be annoying but fine. And now that they don't have it, we just win. Okay, so Growth Chamber, Castle Garenbray. This maximizes on green sources, allows me to cast the Endurance. Am I going to Vegas? No, I am not going to Vegas, unfortunately. It's a little bit too close to baby o'clock, you know? Oh, I just realized that I should have let the Walking Ballista, the Solitude exile my Walking Ballista so I could get it back with Karn. that was pretty bad. I mean, it doesn't matter, but like Aether Vial. It would suck if a random 3/4 were to kill you, right? Playing Titan in Vegas, most likely. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely, even if I'm not going to, for Twitch subs and stuff, I'm going to be making like a cyber guard and stuff. So even if I'm not going to Vegas, I will hook you up, folks. Fear not. Fear not that you will be hooked up. Need to test more versus Solitude decks. If the tracker version can hold its own versus Solitude, will bring that. Otherwise, Karn. Yeah, the tracker version is so it's fine against Solitude, but I feel like it's a lot worse against everything else. So it has that kind of dichotomy going on. Keep this hand. It has that kind of weird dichotomy where like it's great against Solitude, and then every other deck you're just like, why am I doing this to myself? Turn 2 Karn. Don't mind if I do, I guess. Getting absolutely bodied by Yorion piles, so thinking of bringing one of the other two decks. I have access to Reanimator and Wirsta. I think Reanimator is good. I do like Reanimator quite a bit. So that throws a wrench. That throws a wrench in my turn 2 Karn plan because they found Kaldra. How do I navigate this? Yeah, I agree that Karn is the way to go right now. So I probably have to kill the Stoneforge as opposed to the Kaldra, because otherwise Flicker Wisp turns this into a threat. So let's just play Valakut. And I'm gonna play Expedition Map and dismember the Stoneforge right now. So we can have a up to 6 mana next turn. That's a very good draw. That is a very good draw. So we're gonna start here. My opponent's gonna go Squatter. They don't go Squatter me? Okay. Why would they not go Squatter me there? Like what are they using this for? That's weird. Okay. So better use that right now, baby. Or not. Man, I feel like it would really suck if my opponent's land started to slowly die, you know? Would be real shitty. I mean, unless they have like a path to exile for planeswalkers, I don't think they're in great shape. Wasteland every turn, let's go. Exactly, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Upkeep? Nope. You know, instead of we're basically a counter spell deck, right? If you think about it, Amulet really is a control deck. It's a counter spell deck. Instead of saying no to my opponent's spells, we're saying no to my opponent's lands. I feel like that is what's going on, you know? Oh yeah, of course. Leonin Arbiter. That is right. I still don't know what I'm searching for, so that's why I didn't search in response. We're gonna say nope. Maybe I should have just searched for a Saga in response to the Cat Jesus. Yeah, maybe I should have searched for a Saga. I could have also minus for Walking Ballista there. If I minus for Ballista, we play around my opponent having exactly Skyclave Apparition. But on the other hand, what we do is we give them actually the mana to cast the Skyclave Apparition. So right now I'm requiring my opponent to... They missed the land drop last turn, right? Like, not this past turn, but the one before. So... yeah, I'll pay for that. Dude, that Disgracers have been eating... like an expedition map right now. Fetch for Saga. And we still have mana to pay for Arbiter. Yeah, so if my opponent top decks exactly Skyclave Apparition, we could be in trouble. Or I guess the land to cast the Skyclave Apparition. Spike with the massive, massive raid. Welcome everybody from Spike's stream. We are playing some Amulet. Modern Showcase happening this weekend, so doing some testing with Old Faithful. Aspiring Spike and Dark PCK, both of you. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Always a pleasure to have you folks here. How did the stream adapt? Boy, you'll love to see it. So I was gonna play the Saga, but I guess I'd rather play 2 Sagas instead, you know? I think I'd rather play 2 Sagas instead of just 1. So is my opponent gonna show me their hand right now? think they're bluffing. I think they're bluffing. So I'm gonna get Saga. I mean, the good thing is that we already have Stronghold here, so I can just go get Saga plus Garrison. And we can steal haste. And even if they actually do have the thing, it still doesn't matter. Because like the Karn is going to survive anyway. We get to destroy one more land. Their vials are still locked up. Calling your bluff. All right, they did have it. I'm still blowing up their land because we have enough to pay for Pact. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake on my part, Punt. Like, cause I was going to do this regardless, right? So it was free to set up an upkeep on my stop on my upkeep. And now I guess I can turn Amulet into a creature to protect my Titan. To protect my Karn, I mean. We also just have a Saga. And another Saga. So put that. This is locked up. Like, I think my opponent is 0% to win this game. I don't think they have a shot at winning this game. But they are still, I guess, playing it out for reasons. Make a haste token. Why? And expose it to like random sources. My opponent showed me oust. Like, why would I want to expose my token? I'd much rather have my opponent not be able to attack. Damage doesn't matter. Damage, like, I'm not gonna, like, my opponent can't do anything. They're locked out of the game. They have a stupid cat Jesus. That's it. Yeah, they are 0% to win this game. They cannot win. So, like, me attacking them is just like, there's no point. Like, damage doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill them eventually. Gonna keep this hand. And I think I'm gonna go turn 1 Saga. We're probably playing against 4-color control or like a waffle control deck. And I'm gonna go turn 1 Saga, I think. I'm gonna go turn 1 Saga and then I'm going to reassess what I want to do. Because I may want to go for Expedition Map as opposed to going for Amulet. What a professional. I guess I'm going for Amulet. 3 Azusa over 3 Explorer. What's the thought behind that? I mean, do I need to explain? Do I need to explain? Dr. Mayhem, and thank you for the follow. And we're doing, I guess I'm doing Dryad here. I could do, yeah, I mean, if they just Spreading Seas my giant land, I just, you know, kill them. So yeah, this is fine. Stainless DB, thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. So good. She's so good. She is so freaking good. Prismatic ending the amulet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do you play Explore over Asusa? I don't know. What do you think? Thank you, Dr. Mayhead, I appreciate it. Pew! So the Castle Adventures basically just confirms that it's blue-white, so it's a waffle control deck as opposed to a 4-color. How do you decide which bounce lands to run? The way that I like to look at it is like what gives like I the only mana that I'm using is to activate Sunhome and Slayer Stronghold, and Valakut act as red sources that I can fetch off Titan, and then Celestial Sanctuary gives me white mana. That's the only thing. There are some people that argue about the dismembers in the sideboard. I think that argument is just moot, right? Like in the matchups where you want dismember, it rarely matters. Like the life is not particularly relevant in those matchups. So like you care about it being 1 mana, you don't care about, you know, not paying life. Sure, it's like it's a random bonus, I guess, but like it's not the reason why you're playing the card, if that makes sense. So I really want to kill this Teferi right now. And I could if I wanted to. Because I can go get Crumbling Vestige. With the Titan trigger. If they have another Solitude, I get super blown out though. Like super blown out. Because I don't get tokens from Saga. It's probably worth it though. It's probably worth it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do Growth Chamber, Crumbling Vestige, Bounce Vestige, Vestige for white, Vestige for red, haste, swing, swing, attack, garrison. I guess I want to make sure that I have enough green sources. So let's go for Sanctuary and I guess Vesuva. Just go get another Saga. This means that I also get 1 token for my troubles, which is nice. But yeah, I think it's very important to kill the Teferi there, because the Teferi is what allows my opponent to instant speed Verdict, making my tokens bad. So getting rid of that Teferi is extremely important. But yeah, how's everybody's Monday? Brave. We're gonna shuffle that away. Chalice for 0. I have been got. So pay and pay. It's a bunch of saga triggers. Let's make a token here. Make a token there. Amulet. That thing. Is this just lethal? Why do you play Asusa, Fran? Why play Asusa? Why play Asusa? Why play Asusa? Is this literally just lethal? This is actually just lethal, isn't it? This is gross. Oh man, I love this. I just love this deck so much. You love to see it. You love to see it. All right, so we're playing against the control deck. Yeah, those are the cards that I want. Can cut a couple of gracers. Highly lethal. Overwhelmingly lethal. Masterclass in Titan. Thank you, thank you. Hope you brought your notes. Hope you're taking notes. Just brought your notepad. If there was a cavern here, I would consider this. As it is, this is just way too slow. This is pretty good though. It's Simon DS. Thank you for that Prime sub. Welcome to the Prime Patron host, Simon. Happy to have you here. Any possibility of winning a second endurance? That's a good question. I think that you can play another endurance. Whether it's great or not, that's another question. Like I think it's very good in specific matchups. Like if those matchups are, showing up a lot for you. The thing is that past the first copy, there's some pretty serious diminishing returns in my opinion. I think I'm just gonna bottom the forest. And the reason is because the breeding pool can actually allow me to transmute if I need to. I'm not gonna pact for anything, so I'm just gonna play this Amulet. My opponent's gonna counterspell it or whatever. And I don't need to expose this, so I can just chill. Maybe they will just ending this, but that taps them out on their turn, which is also good for me. So you're gonna be in the coverage for Vegas? No, there is not, which saddens me. I love how they've been doing so much coverage for like Flesh and Blood tournaments, and like they're not gonna do it for Vegas, which really surprises me. If you're concerned about EV, like making coverage of Flesh and Blood tournament sounds awful. It sounds like an absolute waste of resources. And doing coverage for like an event in Vegas has some potential upside. So it's very strange to me, but Yeah, Torpor Orb can be destroyed by Liberator. It cannot be destroyed by Foundation Breaker. Note that my opponent drew 2 instead of stealing my Amulet. Good. Like that's what my opponent should do. They should dig into their answers. Like this Amulet is not doing anything. This Amulet is not doing anything at all. It does not threaten my opponent whatsoever. So that is a play that I see so many people do. And it's almost always wrong. It's almost unequivocally wrong to steal your opponent's Amulet. Like that's not how I beat you. You know, that's not how Amulet beats the control deck, and that's not how the control deck beats the Amulet player. Like stealing the Amulet it's just a very bad play. Just a very bad play. If you ever feel tempted to do something like that, just know that 99% of the time you're going to be wrong. So they have Counterspell here, which is kind of annoying. Cavern. Saga is big game. They're going to be able to bounce it with the Fairy, but then they go to discard, which is fine. We don't have a white source. Otherwise, this Gracer could be pressuring there. Yeah, that's very good for them. I mean, this is why we're playing 3 caverns, right? Cavern of Souls. Yeah, my opponent has probably been sitting on that Spreading Seas for a while too. Waiting for the Saga. My opponent has been playing this game very well. And we're slowly falling further and further behind to the point of no return. That is the point of no return. So now even if I find the Cavern of Souls, I think that we lose anyway. Okay, yeah, so we could continue playing this game, but at this point I don't think I can win. Like my opponent has way too much mana, they have a Fairy that I cannot pressure. So at that point I'd rather just concede and move on to the next game, where I can potentially find a better hand. What's up, Lex? How you doing? But yeah, there's not too much that I could have done that game. At one point I could have backed it for endurance. I could have backed it for endurance in order to put some pressure. I don't think that's how we win that game. I just don't think that's how we win that game. Yeah, this is how we win this game. Why play Azusa? That's gonna be my new thing now. Just gonna say, why play Azusa? And I'm just gonna point at this Cavern of Souls right here. Why play Azusa? Human. Last weekend I played Amulet to top 8 of the Nationals qualifier. Sadness I didn't win, but Karn was lit for me. Yeah, Karn is fantastic. It's insane how good Azusa has been this league so far. I am 2 matches in, sorry. And this Azusa has been outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Can I Titan next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I can tighten. So we're gonna do giant. And this is very important. The sequencing actually here matters a lot, because I want to float the mana first. Because if once my opponent notices what's about to happen, they can Solitude my Azusa. So right now they can force my Summoner's Pact. I guess I actually have to be pretty careful here. I need to get 2 green sources, because otherwise I die to Spreading Seas. So we're gonna get just a couple of green sources. Four mana to pay for Pact. 4 to pay for Pact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I guess I actually want to bounce the Cavern, because this allows me to, if my opponent does Verdict me, I can just untap, pay for Pact, Karn plus Coding. Huh. I guess there's that too. I think I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I still want to Karn plus Coding here, because like we have the Cavern for resolving prime time. So resolving Karn is another threat that my opponent is gonna really struggle to deal with. And now we can resolve this one through counter spells. Next turn we can actually do both. And I guess I'd rather get rid of the Mystic Gate. This is 2 white sources. This is looking good. They can't beat the Fairy. And next turn we are gonna Titan them, and we're also gonna start blowing up their lands. Start blowing up that one. Pass priority. So now they can't hardcast Solitude. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just gonna get 2 sagas. I guess I could have transmuted there. It's fine. Shark? Oh, Deluge. Okay. That is something for sure. We do have a lot of stuff that they have to beat, though. They're losing to this, they're losing to this, they're losing to this. with only 5 mana. It's a pretty tall order. It's a pretty tall order. Big Tef. Okay. Doesn't really do anything. The good thing is that we're gonna draw the prime time next turn. So I'm not gonna transmute here. I'm gonna see if I can kill the Teferi this way. My opponent could have Solitude. Like it's extremely important for me to make sure my opponent does not untap with that. Now that we know that they're not, now we can just blow up their land. But they could have had Solitude to get rid of my construct, and if that's the case, then I just -2 and I go find Walking Ballista. Cut them off green. Like green is just irrelevant. Like it is so they can prismatic ending for 3, but 3 doesn't answer Karn, right? Again, the line of animated decoding is so unnecessary. Like we can just make a dude, haste it. Sure. Make another construct. It's just an unnecessary line. Like it is a possible line, but it's just not a good one, I don't think. Because this one also gets rid of their land, right? Like if I'm animated decoding, I'm not killing their land. Matt Maxon with the tier 1 sub. This is Elementus? No, it's not. Very, very good pickup. This does feel pretty garbage time-esque at this point. 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's the one that killed you. It's not. It's not the 20 power that I have in play. Like it's the hard cards from Evil Titan that I drew. That's the one that killed them. Okay. See you next round, folks. Did you see Amulet didn't make Nikachu's top 10 modern deck list? I mean, I don't know if I can trust a Merfolk player with a top 10 modern deck list, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this hand's great. We're gonna go turn 1 Saga. Nah, Nikachu's great. I always make fun of him though. I always make fun of Merfolk, but it's in good. it's in good. It's in good. In good spirit, is that the phrase? It's in good fun. It's in good, like whatever. Like he knows that I'm making fun of him as a meme. Remember the old nasty bulk tricks by exiling your. Oh yeah. Your answer Wormcold to get it back with Karn. Yeah, you can still do that with Tomo Script. Opponent moves to 4, which means that I'm either like this is not gonna be a game and I'm gonna destroy them, or it means that I have no chance. It's one or the other. I'm either going to completely destroy my opponent, or I'm gonna get got super hard and I'm about to die on turn 2 or something. Good faith or good fun mean no insult. Yeah, there you go. Nikaju is great people, very warm personality, doesn't take himself seriously. Yeah, exactly. No, Nikaju is fantastic. I love Nikaju. In my opinion, he's like probably the best Magic YouTuber. Exactamente. It was a Amulet for a few months, and I see it more nowadays. What changed in the meta is likely to explain that. Oh, they're playing Leaving End. Oh. That explains the mulligans. Ugh. Do we gamble? Ugh. I'm not gonna gamble. No, I'm not gonna gamble. Just gonna play a Dryad and say go. Like, I'm not gonna expose the Azusa, because the Azusa is what's going to allow me to like come back. Who would win if me or Nikachu were to arm wrestle? Me, no question. That's the collab I want. That makes sense. That's the collab that I want. Do we have the green source opponent? They do not have the green source. Land. Name giant. Land. Name dead. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got carried away and I forgot to answer the question. What changed in the metagame that makes Amulet good again? Yes, it's mostly the fact that Murktide has kind of gone down in popularity. Murktide is a very hard matchup for us, and it has gone down in popularity significantly because of the omnipresence of Solitude. Like, we have a lot more good matchups now. Oh, opponent. Just back it, opponent. Also, I naturally drew both Valakuts, so just by like making random plays, my opponent is super dead here. Would I like to use Primeval Titan ability? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So what are we getting? Oh, this is just lethal. Duh. Duh. I would like to, kill you. I would like to, just kill you, have you dead. Got depressed, procrastinated on work, and played a bunch of leagues, and had more time for people interpreted this as Samuel. That's a very logical explanation. Punt. Punt can play Amulet, aka Amulet is good. Yeah, at one point there was like a shit ton of blood moons. There was like Aether Gusts everywhere, and now yeah, Aether Gust is like not playable at all. Things have changed. When you can just like put Cavernous Souls in your sideboard and like it's actually just good. That's sort of what you need. So that I want. Do I want Karn, or would I rather just cut the Karns and bring in the Tomo script and be done with it. I kind of feel like Karn sucks. Have you played this matchup much, Punt? How do you feel about Karn? It honestly feels super medium, right? And in the face of my opponent's playing a Force of Negation deck too. And if I spend like 4 mana to play Karn, they force it. Yeah, and it's not like this can effectively lock them out when they just function on 3 lands. You like Karn? Because I don't think I want to cut this. I don't think I want to cut any of these. Maybe I cut the Explore. I definitely don't want the 4th copy. Maybe cut a Cavern. Yeah, this hand's not gonna cut it. This Confine Bojuka Bog, but man, if we had a mulligan to 6, we can do like the ultimate play. So the ultimate play against Living End on the draw, if you don't mulligan, you can go turn 1, in this case I guess Radiant Fountain. Turn 1 Fountain, turn 2, you play Bounce Land, and when you go to this card, you discard your Primeval Titan, and then when your opponent casts Living Ends, you get a Primetime back. That is a great play that, you know, we used to do a lot against Living End. I think I'm gonna have to ship this Sanctuary because I'm planning on using Saga. They have a million answers to Sagas. They just have a full Foundation Breaker, but Foundation Breaker also fucks with our Dryad. Like, I think it's one of those cards where it's better to just like accept the fact that it's gonna be good, and just like try to go for the higher upside thingy. I guess they have forces too. I guess they have forces as well. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that's just a good idea to just shave a couple of Sagas. I guess depends on what they do here, but I may just crack Saga for Expedition Map so I can go get Bog instead of Amulet. Do I think the Green Monster will be good in Amulet Titan? I don't know if he'll be good, but I'll test it. I'll figure it out. Well, there goes that. Slightly awkward how Dryad makes Street Wraith unblockable. Slightly awkward. Please don't force me, 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 please don't force me. No Force of Vigors allowed here, okay? No Force of Vigors allowed. Is there a friend command on this stream? Figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, my opponent is at 10. This is not a lethal attack. If they don't have Force of Vigor, they actually just lose. Like, they have to have Force of Vigor, otherwise they just lose to this Primeval Titan. Yeah, double Grief, sure. Sure, yeah. Another Grief would do it too, but... Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's how you win. Okay, my opponent is misclick. Okay. I mean, show me the Force. I don't see no Force. I don't see no Force. If you were gonna do that, you just needed to do that in response, right? Like, this makes no sense to me at all. I guess still no Force. Maybe my opponent has the black the black Force of Despair. That would be something. Is this enough? Are you dead? Looks like they are. Cool. Awesome. Lurrus. Keep this hand. This hand does some cool shit. This hand does some cool shit. We can go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Gracer Map Crack, or we can do... We're probably going to just go Gracer Map. Following turn, Crack... Crack Map plus Transmute for Titan, turn 4 Titan on the play. It's not bad. This is not bad. Opponent moves to 6. Gracer's great every Lurrus deck. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Gracer is truly fantastic. Okay, opponent is hammering. Play that. Gracer. Play that. Pay 1. Great that Esper Sentinel gave us a way to use our mana here. Imagine if we had wasted this 1 mana, right? Instead, Esper Sentinel gave us something to do. Feels good, man. So if we find prime time, I'm going to be very, very comfortable with our spot. If we don't find prime time, we can still find prime time for next turn. It's pretty good. Green, no, blue, sorry, blue, 2, 3, crack, yep. The math adds up. Blue mana. Teleria West. Expedition Map is a card that just keeps over and over, just on and on. It just overperforms so consistently. Such a good card with Ursa Saga. Two Esper Sentinels? What? I mean, that's gonna be a big ass construct though. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can double strike. No, I'm not gonna Dryad. Because Primetime finds me Dryad, right? I can just Dryad next turn. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Now, the question here is, my options are, I can give my opponent 2 cards and play Titan and Haste. And double strike. This means that I don't get... It does mean that the Titan survives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the construct is going to be a 5/5, and they have to tap the Esper Sentinel. Well, I guess the Titan survives anyway, though, right? I guess they can throw the Giver into the garbage. Yeah, I understand the pro green, but that they give pro green to the 5/5, and I first strike kill the other thing, so it just doesn't matter. Like, the Titan's not gonna die. I can understand how protection works. I only care about protecting the Titan. But this way, like, if I don't double strike, then my opponent can actually throw the Giver into the trash, and I kill the Giver, and the construct remains alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, construct. Construct is a 5/5. What am I missing here? It can't be is. Yeah, but that the artifact from Saga happens next turn. Like, it doesn't. It's not relevant to what I'm trying to do here. So my opponent can trade the Giver for prime time. What I'm the most concerned with is the fact that my opponent is drawing 2 cards if I do that. Yeah, the fact that I'm giving them 2 cards is what's stopping me from doing that. I probably have to do that though. Bounce here. How much one am I gonna have left? I'm gonna have haste. I'm gonna have to pay for pact. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna have 5 mana left to work with. Actually, that's not true. I'm gonna have 4. Yeah, if they have Paladin plus Spear, then... Like, if they find the Paladin, it actually puts me in a pretty bad spot. That's the problem. So I think because of that, I'm gonna minimize the chances, and I'm just gonna play a Coward Primeval Titan. And I'm not going to attack with it. I'm just gonna set up the kill for next turn. This is game 1, so I'm not playing around Path to Exile. But now I just throw the Grazer under the bus. Then I just blow up all their shit. It's better to get Titan, pay for Sentinel, but don't attack. I use the fetch lens to set up next. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Le1 decks. And this means no Paladin, so that's good news for me. That is very good news for me. Because now I just have the option of just mowing down their stuff. Just kill all their things. Because I'm not going to be able to kill them because they're probably going to gain 1,000,000 life off of the Shadow Spear, but... Okay, I think we got it. They just kept the hand without an equipper. I can definitely kill them. They're gonna be at 28. Oh, but I'm gonna have triple Valakut. Yeah, maybe if they attack, I think I can actually kill them. If they don't attack, maybe I can't kill them. Yeah, it is actually lethal, you're right. Yeah, but it's only lethal because we drew the Valakut naturally, I think. Pay for Pactorino. We don't have to show them Karn. Yeah, you can draw a card. Hope they don't draw Solitude. Ah. Swing. Save targets. I'm gonna draw Slaughter Pact. I always get got by the Slaughter Pact. Good block opponent. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, forces. Karn. 1 explosives. Liberator. That's it. Cut one of those. Cut that one. Cut one Asusa. Hit him with the Gracer. Oh man, I missed the Gracer attack. I must be losing my touch. I must be losing my touch. Since I have 4 cards, do I want more explosives? No, because I can just use for the copy in the main deck. This is like the one matchup where I miss Ghost Quarter. This is the single matchup where I miss Ghost Quarter. Boy, this hand is awkward. Boy, this hand is awkward. Opponent kept 7. Turn 1 Saga. I think I'm keeping, but I'm not happy about keeping this hand. Definitely not happy about keeping this. Never mind, hand's perfect. I think that the upside is that I find a land, I find a bounce land, but it's not significant to offset the downside of, well, never mind. That's a good draw though. That's a real good draw. So now we can find the bounce. They make a construct 16. Tap, play Dryad. I play Amulet, they draw a card. I think I'm gonna chill here. Next turn I can play both Amulets and pay for the Esper Sentinel. And I'm looking to draw a bounce land. Sure, if I draw a Crumbling Vestige now, I cannot cast Titan, but that's like 1 draw, and it's like giving my opponent another card. Again, I'm super wary of this Esper Sentinel right here. Opponent making mana instead of making construct is bad for me. Gracer keeping us alive since it was printed for some reason in War of the Spark. Yeah, we just don't ask the questions. What does this card have to do with War of the Spark? No idea. Doesn't matter. They could Biting Needle my Windsweep Heath. I guess, whatever. Yeah, the Gracie boy. Gracie boy. You gotta love him. You gotta love him. So that probably tells me that they drew a Paladin. Yeah. Oh, Seal of Cleansing. That's worse. Okay. So I guess I'm dead to a Paladin now. I mean, next turn. Unless I find exactly engineered explosives. Would be great to find engineered explosives. Look there. And I drew the bounce land. Or 1 mana short of casting Primeval Titan. All them's rare them. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. Yeah, that's lethal. Oh, we could have Titan if we left them draw. Oh my god, I just realized that. You're 100% right. I couldn't double strike. I couldn't double strike. Yeah, that wow, I just brain farted super hard. No, we couldn't 20 them because the Stronghold is in play, so we couldn't 20 them. But like we could have tightened them, which would have obviously been a lot better than just, you know, being dead to the fucking the guy. I just brain farted super hard. It just didn't even cross my mind, honestly. I was just so tunnel visioned in like, oh, sad. My Dryad die. I can't Titan now. It's just like, well, actually, you can. Well, this hand is fantastic, so we keep it. Seal of Cleansing kind of gets me here, though. Remember when I said that Seal of Cleansing kind of gets me here? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Who's the turn 2 deck now, opponent? Who is the turn 2 deck? Sup. Delightful. You love to see it. You love to see it. Definitely keep in this hand. So we're gonna Saga on 1, Stronghold on 2, and then we can Titan on 3. Float mana, play this. Azusa, second land, third land, that's 5 mana. Gracer gives me mana number 6. Well, he's on the play, so I think he's going to win if he has it. There's nothing I can do to stop him. So. That's actually the worst possible draw, right? This means I can't kill them now. That sucks. That sucks. I can't even haste the Titan. So I guess now I have to draw Amulet. And I mean, this is all, of course, if he doesn't have it. Which looks like he does. You converted Andrea to Amulet after the matchup deep dive. That makes sense to me. Andrea he's been playing Amulet for a while though. He's been playing Amulet for quite a bit. Post champ. Oh, never mind. Seems good. We did have the turn 3 Titan, but we made the mistake of being on the draw. Damn it. Made the mistake of being on the draw. So what I wanted to try out for this league is doing this with my sideboarding. Just cutting the cards, because like you're already bringing in like Forces and Liberator and shit. So like you're already bringing in a bunch of answers to the Karn plan. And I don't think that it's just a matter of like who gets there on the big plan first, and Karn doesn't actually win the game. Like you can actually get away from the Karn plan. So I want to try this out and see if it works. I have not experienced this before, so I'm kind of like, I mean, I guess this is what the leagues are for, right? So we can try these things. This is basically what I do. Yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I was actually thinking about this when we were talking Punt about doing a deep dive on the mirror, and I'm just like, how the hell would I cyber on the mirror? And this is what I've been thinking. Like I've been trying to like visualize the matchup, and it just feels like Karn is just not good enough in the mirror. The Lucumeta calling plan sounds almost tempting, but I think in the end it's just slower, and like primetime is just easier to win with. We still like to do that when you have time. Yeah, we can figure something out. This hand does not win the mirror. This one is much better. So yeah, let's keep this. This hand loses hard to force though. This hand loses hard to force a vigor. One mana short of casting Titan. His hand also loses hard to force a vigor. Speak of the devil. We're gonna see a Force of Vigor shit show. I think we're gonna see a Force of Vigor shit show. He's gonna force now. Yep. No, playing Gracer, I'm one off Titan if I play Gracer. I mean, my opponent has six cards in hand, right? Like, it's not that... He did not have Azusa nor Dryad there. So I can spend this turn to Pact, and that speeds me up for a turn by a turn. I can Pact for Dryad. Yeah, seems worth it. And it's important for me to play this thing first, so that now I can bounce the other one, and I have this member up. So if he does play his own, like, Dryad or whatever. Hashtag sequencing, Andrea. Hashtag sequencing, Andrea. Come on, you know better than this. Come on, Andrea. Come on. You know better than this. Gotta tighten up. You gotta tighten up. He still has 7 cards in hand, which is pretty scary. Titan. So I guess if I find one untapped land, I get to haste. Any untapped land or crumbling vestige allows me to haste. Doesn't do it, unfortunately, for me. We're gonna go with Valakut. I guess I have another Dryad in hand, so I'm just gonna go with double Valakut here. He does have Amulet, which can potentially be pretty scary here. But I don't think he can kill. Unless he also has Dryad. If he has Dryad, we're probably dead. Although that's not clear, actually. I still have a Titan to block. So maybe this is just fine. That force draw was super clutch. Let's see what you got, Andrea. Okay, so he is gonna go for Titan. He has made all the land drops. Valakut. So he hastes. Now he's gonna get Valakut plus Bounce Land. I take 8 down to 8. So I have to block. Otherwise a fetch land kills me. Although I guess I'm dead to fetch land anyways. Oh, he has force. The block is not free because it allows having this Titan to attack allows me to use this so I can attack and have play around Dismember and force. If I don't have to spend the mana on a Titan, I can spend the mana on another Dryad. Yes, but this is if my opponent has Pact for Grazer plus Valakut in hand, I die, right? Yes, exactly. Like I'm trying to figure out what are the chances that he has a way to kill me versus what are the chances that he has a way of interacting with what I'm doing. And I think I'm going to block. Because this makes it much less likely for me to actually die here. Forces him to use his mana. Yeah, there we go. So now we're on the draw. Super interesting game, by the way. Super interesting game, the one that we just played. Super interesting game. I think this is fine. He says, thinking about all the cloud that I'm losing. That's funny. Yeah, I think I'll submit this. Let's see who gets luckier this time around. I mean, I'm keeping this hand. And I'm not gonna go Saga on one because I have Asusa. So this hand already kind of forces this Saga on him, which is great. It forces him to use the force, I mean. Oh, I guess we're super fucking dead, huh? That's awkward. I could Pact for Liberator. I'm trying to think what I can play around, and I guess the answer is just nothing, right? I just can't play around anything. And the saga doesn't do anything for me either. So I could pact for Liberator, but then the problem with pacting for Liberator is that, sure, I'm not dead, but, like, how am I winning? I can play 2 sagas on the following turn. I probably just have to do it, though. I just have to pact for Liberator. It's the only way. I think I have to do it. Like, I'm just way too dead otherwise. Now the question is, do I blow up the land or do I blow up the amulet? And I think the answer is I blow up the land. Because this is an amulet and it's also a mana. So blowing up the saga is 1 less land for them. Okay. His top decks were Amulet, Amulet. Maybe he sandbagged playing around Force on turn 1. The same thing that I did. So if we drew the Force, we can cast it, which is nice. If we draw a Force, we can cast it. If we draw a Titan, we can cast it, which is also nice. What else? Transmute. So that's packed. So we know they have packed now. And that's it. So pay for pact. Draw something good. That is something good. Punt. Can we put a Ghost Squatter in the sideboard, please? Can we please put a Ghost Squatter in the sideboard now? We may still be dead here, for what's worth. We may still be dead here. Are we forcing Andrea? It's gonna become night. We are forcing. Pitching Summoner's back. That's good for us. Okay, so float mana. Play land. Play land. Actually, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have played the land. I should have played the Vesuva Cop in their forest as opposed to the second saga. So we're gonna get Titan next turn. How do we not die to Titan? No, there's no explosives in the deck right now. I didn't bring in the 1 copy of explosives. Summoner's Pact. The Outland Liberator has already been used. So EE doesn't, T-West doesn't really do anything for me. So I guess the plan is prevent myself from being dead. We used the fetch already, damn it. Can we haste? No, we can't. We're missing one bounce land to haste, so that's not an option. I'm trying to think what my next turn is gonna be like. I'm going to Saga for. I have to set up lethal next turn somehow. So, and I'm assuming my opponent's gonna be able to resolve the Primeval Titan. So with those things in mind, what is it worth for me to play around? What can I play around? And what can't I play around? So I definitely want to get a Valakut, because Valakut is one of my avenues to victory next turn. And I don't think I want to get Radiant Fountain because I already have Vesuva and I can Vesuva my opponent's Fountain. Once I'm at 21, that's fine. I'm not dead anymore. I can't die. I think having access to a bounce land is going to be important because I'm going to have an Amulet in play. I do agree that getting to 21 is important. I do agree with that. I think this needs to be bounce land Valakut, and I'm going to bounce the bounce land itself. I can't kill him with just the Titan because he's gonna have a blocker. So it needs to be with Dryad, which means that I can't play around Dismember, but I would like to have access to a second Dryad. I can't play around Force, but I would like to have access to a second Dryad so I can play around Dismember. So I think it's gonna be Valakut, bounce land. Vesuva Fountain. And play land, so we're gonna need to use a lot of mana. And I think I'm not blocking with this Azusa, so I might as well attack. Put my opponent to 20. All right, so here comes prime time. This is one of those. It's really funny how the mirror is like game one, where it was just like nothing mattered, and then games 2 and 3 have been so close. Have been so close. And so many decisions and so many like what to play around. How do I stop my opponent from doing the thing? How do I like set up for doing the thing after I stop my opponent from doing the thing? It's been so much. Okay, now I'm dead. Okay, so I guess nothing mattered. It was so close until it wasn't. Game was close until it was not anymore. Yep. We know their hand is Bounce Land, Radiant Fountain, unknown. So they're just gonna get Valakut plus Stronghold here. They are out of land drops. They can double Titan. They don't have the mana. Why did he waste the mana for no reason? I guess he's just not using it, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess that's not lethal. So I guess his last... Oh no, it is lethal. Never mind, because Stronghold... Like, it is Xaxes? This is Xaxes? Oh no, it is not lethal. We go down to 2. Please, let me punish. Please let me punish here. Primetime, Pact, Dryad. Primetime, Pact, Dryad, win the game on the spot. Let's do this. Let's do... No! Ugh. Okay. Let's think. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana total. 9 mana total. We know my opponent's hand being Radiant Fountain plus... Opponent's hand is Fountain plus... what's his name? Plus a Grulturf. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We use 3 of those mana, so we get Amulet. Wait a second. Amulet, we get double Amulet. Transmute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Transmute for Primetime. 1, 2, 3. Cast Primetime. Get Valakut. No, we don't have enough mana. Okay, so that's not an option. What if I go Amulet plus Expedition Map? We use 2 mana, Crack Map, find another T-West, 3 mana to transmute, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Titan mana. We get Valakut. Valakut bounce line. Like we can clear my opponent's board. We can clear my opponent's board. They have to pay for back. Yeah, but we know that they have a Gruul Trophy in hand, so they have all the mana that they need to cast another Primetime. So we can't beat Primetime off the top, we can't beat Dryad off the top. Those are the things that we can't win. We can't beat. Oh, no, I'm short of mana. Double Amulet, 6 mana, Transmute, Primetime. That uses all of my mana. I get... Yeah, I just get Valakut plus T-West. Get Valakut plus T-West. I bounce this. No, I have to kill both things. Like, both things kill me. Oh, man. This is so close. Yeah, I can, but like that's one land drop, and then that's I don't have enough land drops to kill both things, which is the problem. What if I transmute for Dryad first? If I transmute for Dryad first, and then I go for the other thing, so then we have 1, 2. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Titan mana. That's a Dryad. But then I don't have... Man, this is so... Oh, this is so complicated. Well, I have to Titan first because the Titan finds me the Dryad. I can't Dryad first because I only have 1 Tolaria West. This is so complicated. I don't think there's a lethal line. If I go for double Amulet, 9 mana is Titan, then I have 2 land drops, I get Valakut, Titan for Chamber and T-West with double Amulet means 6 damage after we play Dryad. Dryad plus Asusa with map. That's an interesting line. But then I'm out of... That's 4 land drops. So I'm just not going to look at chat anymore because chat is getting too confusing. So this is 9 mana. I get Amulet plus... No, I feel like I have to get double Amulet. It's the only way that I can make enough mana to do all the stuff that I need to do. So this gets me Tolaria West into Titan. Then we can go... T-West. T-West, which is 2 mana, plus T-West, which is 2 mana, plus what's his name? Plus the Stronghold. That is 4 mana. That is 3 mana plus 4. Transmute. Extra land drop, play Valakut. That hastes. I think that's the line. I think that's the line. So we go T-West, Stronghold. So float some mana, get amulets with both. Get Amulet with both. Transmute. For Pact. Pact. For Prime Time. Play Prime Time. Stronghold. This Stronghold. T-West. Float mana. Float mana. Float mana. Play this. Float mana. I am exactly 1 mana short. Did I miscount? What did I miscount? I miscounted the Ganon Brigand turn tapped. I miscounted the Ganon Brigand turn tapped. Wait, couldn't I have 32 with my opponent here? I could have just 32 my opponent here. I think I could have just gone for double Titan. No, I couldn't have 32 because no, I could have. Yeah, I fucked this up. We went too deep. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I thought that this entered tapped. Ah, that's so brutal. Oh, that's so brutal. I think I could have just double Titan there. Ugh. So the line was we had bounce land in hand, double Saga in play. The line was get double Amulet, 9 mana, that's prime time. I just double Titaned them. Why didn't I just do that? I'm an idiot. I could have just I threw it away. It was lethal. I could have 32'd him. How you doing, Andrea? Oh man, I just threw it in the trash. Jesus. Yeah, it's just second Titan. Like I don't know why I didn't think that I had mana for second Titan. Thindri, thank you so much for the Prime sub. These are the worst losses, man. When you see the line like literally right after you start executing the other line that's wrong, these are the worst. Yeah, Gaspacho, that's like a way to think about it. But on the other hand, being so experienced allows me to think of like maybe more convoluted lines, and then I get kind of tunnel vision into this extremely convoluted line that I was trying to put together, that I'm like, okay, I think I had exact but I forgot about the fact that that I counted this as entering the battlefield tapped, which would have given me lethal, and because of that I like threw it in the garbage. And like maybe somebody that's new is just like, oh yeah, I have enough mana to double Titan here, like let's just do it. So I tunnel visioned myself into a much more complicated line that ended up losing me because I missed a very, very tiny detail. And if I had gone for like the simple, more straightforward line, I would have actually won the game, which is kind of brutal. Anyway, it was a good league though. It was a good league, and that was a good match for sure. I did enjoy that match, but yeah, I think I'm gonna try another one. That's gonna be it for this league though. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.